No, you guys couldn't actually hear me. How's it going, everyone? Blank space. Wait, can you hear this?
Niña,
All right, so you can. Anyway, so we're back with another. Why is this low?
niña,
Make it louder.
niña,
It feels low. It does feel low. Why? Why does it feel low? All right, let's see if we can note. That's not what I wanted to open. Hopefully this will fix it.
niña, niña,
No, that made it worse.
niña, niña, niña,
All right, is it here? No, I'm not really sure. All right, sorry about that. Well, you guys can hear it.
niña,
Maybe it's just me. Okay. Anyway, I can hear a little bit.
niña,
Niña's girl.
pan,
Spanish bread.
Inglés.
English.
Sí.
Sí. Pardon. Disculpe.
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 Sí.
Sí is yes.
Yo.
Yo is I.
español,
Spanish.
Niño.
Boy.
Yo hablo español.
Yo hablo español. Hi. Hello, how are you? Do you speak English? Do you hablas?
Disculpe.
Disculpe? You have to say
Yo
it in
hablo
English.
inglés. Yo
Yo
hablo
hablo
inglés.
English.
Disculpe.
What's wrong with disculpe? Why do they want me to say
¿Tú
disculpe?
hablas inglés?
Do you speak English? Sí.
Sí. Yo hablo
inglés.
español.
Disculpe, por favor.
Excuse me, please.
sí, yo hablo español. Sí,
Sí,
yo hablo español.
Yes, I speak Spanish. Yo. Alright, so it's me, so it's O. Right, yo
Hablo,
español, tú hablas.
hablas.
Español. Do you speak Spanish? Tú hablo español. Tú hablas español. Alright, these are hard exercises. Excuse me, disculpe. Por favor. I spelled it wrong. I still got it right. So it's favor. Alright, so we got another perfect lesson. Alright, and then we are on our 11th day streak.
Introducing the Duolingo Family Plan. Encourage all your favorite people to learn a language with unlimited hearts. No ads.
No thanks. Alright. I know we're supposed to do that, but we're gonna do this because time is short.
So we saw how our to form of the verb to come, to eat, to tolerate, how would to tolerate be?
Why does it sound so low? Wait 1 second, guys. Just wait 1 second. Maybe it has something to do with this being low. So back.
Toleration, toleración,
Yes.
tolerar.
Exactly, tolerar. Good. So we saw how to come. So we saw how our to form of the verb to come, to eat, to tolerate. How would to tolerate be?
Tolerar.
Toleration, toleración, tolerar.
Exactly, tolerar. Good. So our to form ends with an R, and it's always going to be AR, ER, or IR. And we had an example of each. And we noticed that for and ir verbs, unless the verb is irregular, we will take off that ending and put on an O to get the I version, to say I tolerate, for example. So how would you say I tolerate?
Toleri.
Tolero.
Good, tolero. And you move the accent back as well, which is essential for the
Oh.
present tense. Very good.
Tolero.
If you said tolero, it would mean he tolerated, which, as I mentioned, would be useful for us later when we learn this tense.
Tolero.
But it's important in the
Tolero.
present tense to have the accent on the penultimate syllable. Tolero. What was to
Tolero.
eat?
Comer.
Comer. And what is
Comer.
I eat?
Como.
Comero.
So you don't add on the O, you take off the ending,
Oh, yes.
and
como.
then you put como. Good. This also means how or like, by coincidence. You might have heard como estás, how are you? But como also I eat. So for all verbs, we take off the ending and we add o and we get the I version. But for the rest of the versions, for he, she, it, you formal, for we, etc., the verbs split into two groups. Although we have three different endings, we have two groups. Now, most verbs in Spanish are ar verbs. This is the biggest group, the group of ar verbs, the verbs that end AR. In fact, any new verb that comes into Spanish will be crowned as an ar verb. So, to give you some examples, tuitear. What do you think that means?
To Twitter.
Tuitear.
To tweet, yes, tuitear. Facebookear, yes, this
Oh.
exists. Googlear.
Excellent.
So there is something in the mental lexicon, in the mental dictionary, that's saying there can be no more ir verbs. These are a historic group. The door is closed. So we have two groups. So for ir, if the verb is regular, we take off the ending ir, and we put o, and we get the I version. Now, for the others, the other versions, there's a slight difference between ar verbs and ir verbs. Now, ar verbs have the vowel a as a principal sound. That's a sound that keeps popping up. So, for example, to eliminate. How is to eliminate?
Eliminar.
Elimination, eliminación, eliminar.
Good. Eliminar. So if you want to say I eliminate or I delete, how would it be?
Eliminate.
Think syllable by syllable. If you think of it all together, it's quite confusing here because you have quite a few vowels.
Elimino.
Good. You see, when you take your time to divide actually the word piece by piece, it's much more digestible. Elimino. Good. Now, for he, she, it, and you formal, we've learned that these group together in Spanish. We just use an A on the ending. So, how would that be? He deletes or eliminates. She, he, you formal.
Eliminara.
Elimina.
Good. And we still have the accent on the penultimate syllable. Elimina. Very good. How do you think you would say to last? Like it lasts a long time or something like this. It's not obvious through the word last, but maybe we find something through Latin that helps us work out how to say that.
Last. Prolong. I'm just here. I'm just thinking prolong. So, to last. Prolar. Prolonging. Prolongation. Prololar. I don't know.
A period of time, sometimes we call it duration. No?
Duration. Duración. Durar. Ah.
Yeah.
So how would that be in Spanish?
Duración.
So to last might actually come from this. If it did, how would it sound?
Durar.
Durar.
Yes, and this is the verb, durar. A lot is much in Spanish. It's mucho. So if you want to say it lasts a long time, you can just say it lasts much.
Durar
Duro
mucho.
This is to last, durar.
Mm.
Hmm? So how would
Durar.
it lasts be? So you would do the same.
Dura mucho.
Dura mucho. So you might be talking about a show, a movie. How would you say it doesn't last a long time?
No dura mucho.
No dura mucho.
Good. No dura mucho. How would you say exaggeration? Exaggeration.
Exageración.
Exageración.
Exageración. To exaggerate?
Exagerar.
Yeah. So how would you say I exaggerate?
Exagero.
Exagero.
Good. Exagero. He's exaggerating or she's exaggerating or you...
Exagera.
Good. Exagera. He's not exaggerating, she's not exaggerating,
No,
you
exagera.
female are not exaggerating.
No exagéralo.
No exagera.
Good. No exagera. Good. Did you ever
Okay,
hear the
so-
word mastication in English?
That's
Masticación.
eating.
Did you ever hear it? No?
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, this is a word...
Chewing.
Yes. So how do you think to chew would be?
Masticar.
Masticar.
Masticar is to chew. Now, I didn't know this word actually, and this will happen to many English speakers as well. You will be able to work out many English words that you didn't know before through Spanish. So this was the way around it worked for me, because I found masticar first, and then I saw in English somewhere mastication. So it can work that way around as well, which is useful. Another example is morder, which means to bite. I learned this in Spanish, and then I saw in some a novel I was reading, mordant. Oh, okay, that means biting. You can increase your English vocabulary and what you understand in English just through the Latin that you learn in Spanish.
Modern.
So if masticar is to chew, how would you say I chew?
Masticar. Mastico. Masticar. Masticaro. Masticaro.
Mastico.
Mastico. Good.
Oh, shit. It's mastico. Ay.
And
No,
he
no, no,
chews
no.
or she chews, it chews.
Mastica.
You formal chew.
Mastica.
Mastica. Good. Now, this is our key sound, this A sound. Now, we can add on different sounds to this A to get other versions. So, for example, if we add on an N to this A, we get they, and we get you plural. So, in English, like you guys, you all. So, how would you say collaboration?
Collaboration. Collaboration. Collaboration.
Colaboración.
Collaboración. To collaborate?
Colaborar.
Colaborar.
Good. I collaborate?
Colaboro.
Colaboro.
Good. Colaboro.
Colaboro.
He,
Colaboro.
she, it, you formal.
Colabora.
Colabora.
Collabora. You can add on to this an N, and you get they or you plural. So, how would it be?
N. Colaborn. Colaborn. Colaborn.
Colaboran.
Colaboran. Good.
Colaboran.
Hablar is to speak in Spanish. Hablar. It's spelled H-A-B-L-A-R. What's happening
Hablar.
with that H?
It's
It's
silent.
Totally silent. Hablar. How do you say I speak?
I speak. Speaker. What's speak?
Hablo.
Hablo. So, hablo is I speak or I'm speaking. Habla
Oh.
is
We just learned it. Alright, so hablar is okay. So hablo.
He, she, it. Or
Hable.
the
Habla.
formal.
good. You formal. Good. So, what would it mean if I said
Ay,
no hablan con Pablo? No hablan
I
con
don't-
Pablo.
no habla. I don't speak. Con. Shoot. I learned this. Convenient. Conveniente.
They're not speaking with Pablo.
Good. They're not speaking with Pablo or they don't speak with Pablo. Good. How would you say I want to speak?
Quiero
Quiero hablo. Quiero hablo.
hablar.
Quiero hablar.
Because it's I want. Quiero, I want to speak. No, to speak. So it's to. So it's hablar.
How would you say I'm going to speak?
I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak. Voy a hablar. Voy a hablar.
Think of to go on a voyage.
Ah, voy.
Good.
Yes. Voy a hablar.
Now, I'm not sure, because hablar starts with a, I'm not sure if you put the a to connect them. Did you?
Oh, no, I
No.
didn't.
Ah.
Voy a hablar.
Good. Voy a hablar. And when you speak quickly, it will kind of blend together. Voy a hablar.
Voy a hablar.
Maybe it's a fraction longer. Voy a hablar. But
Voy
it
a
will
hablar.
stick together like this. Good. Now, if we go back to this he, she, it form, habla, and we add an S, we get the U informal,
Hablas.
hablas. So this is speaking to one person informally, hablas. When we have one of these little words, te, me, lo, los, la, las, they will come before the changed verb. So the changed verb is the one that isn't ending R anymore. They will come before this verb. So if we have quiero, I want, and we want to say I want it, that it must come before the verb. So how will it be?
Ti quiero.
Lo quiero.
Lo quiero.
Ah,
But
shoot, lo quiero.
that little word can also go after the complete verb. If we say something like I want to see it, we end up actually having an option where we put that it. But it doesn't matter. There's no change in meaning. It's exactly the same. You just have the option. So what was to see, which was related to English view?
Ve. You. It's not venir. Vergo. Ver.
Ver.
Ver. So if you want to say I want to see it or I want to see him,
Lo ver.
So it's quiero verlo
quiero verlo.
or lo quiero ver.
Yeah, you have that option. Lo quiero ver. But if you have one changed verb all by itself,
So it's quiero
to English view,
ver.
ver. So if you want to say I want to see it or I want to see,
I want to see it. I want quiero to see it. Verlo. Lo quiero ver.
him,
So it's quiero
Quiero
Verlo.
quiero verlo.
or lo quiero ver.
Yeah, you have that option. Lo quiero ver. But if you have one changed verb all by itself, you don't have the option. It must go before. You might say it's important to speak about it. Now,
Lo importante. Speaker. Hablar. Algo. Ay, te.
you don't need to say about. In Spanish, you can just say to speak it. And that's understood, to speak about it. So here, in that clause, in that bit, to speak about it, is only to speak. So how do you say it's important to speak about it, or literally, it's important to speak it?
It's important to speak it. Lo importar. Lo importar. It's important. No, it's lo importante. Lo importante. Lo importante. It's important. Important. Lo importante. Hablarlo.
Es importante
Es importante hablarlo.
To
hablar
ah,
lo.
good. So how was I must or I owe, which is related to the English word debt?
Debo.
Debo.
Debo. So I must invite him.
Debo
Debo invitarlo.
invitarlo.
Or
Debo
Lo debo
lo debo invitar.
invitar.
good. So that's the deal with these little words, where we can put them. Good.
Alright, that is going to be day number 11. Alright, yes, today is January 11th. So we are still holding strong on our streak. So again, that was complete Spanish by language transfer and also Duolingo. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this live stream, and if you guys are learning the same pace as I am, then yeah, let's learn this language together. And until next time, I am